Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some more current and last gen video game pickups to share with you guys. I haven't found much in terms of thrift store finds recently, but I did manage to find a couple of interesting DS games at EB Games. Specifically, there is the main location downtown across from the Eden Center, which is pretty much the location that gets everything sort of sent to them. I noticed recently that they had a massive shelf of sort of just generic cases of DS games, and it was kind of sad to see these games in this condition, sort of just disc only. But there were some interesting ones in the mix that I ended up going for, and kind of sucks considering my DS collection. Most of my games are 100% complete, and I only have a handful of games that are loose. Kind of sucks, but when you see what I got, you'll be like, well, if you can find it in any capacity, go for it. So first of all, though, I'd like to say that I did find a couple of other games that were priced at $2 or less. One was a Dragon Quest game, and the other two were Naruto games. All of those games I already had, but they were so cheap, and I was trying to put stuff together for trade credit to be able to buy the last game that I got here. So pretty much that's where those games went. So to show you guys what I ended up keeping, first up is this game here, Dynasty Warriors DS Fighter. Fighters Battle. Again, generic case, but it was only $1.79 with the Edge Platinum pricing, and there it is, just on its own, just loose cartridge. And what sucks even more is that these cases here aren't even the official cases, so they really, really suck. They're pretty jagged and flimsy, so these are going to be going straight to the trash, which, again, like I said, really sucks. But at least I have another game to add to the collection, and it was only $1.79. Now, the next game was pricier, but at least it was complete. This one here, I don't know too much about this specific game, but I do like this franchise, so I had to go for it. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Attack, and this one here was only $8.96, but again, it is complete. And there it is. I think it's just an arcade beat 'em up, and it might be kind of 3D. And as for the sort of art style to this game, I honestly can't tell what kind of Ninja Turtles this is supposed to be. I don't recognize that sort of style of Ninja Turtle that's on the cover there. If any of you do, please let me know in the comment section below. But what's interesting to me is that on the back there's this one panel where it says here featuring a classic comic inspired story, and it actually has the sort of gritty black and white style to the early comics, which you might be able to make out right there. So all of that together was enough to make me go for this game. The next DS game that I got, again, was loose, just in a generic case that I will be throwing out. But at least it's a game that I've been looking for, and I'm very happy to finally add to my collection. I've played a lot of games in this series, and I have a lot of them as well. I did like playing earlier games in the series in the arcade, but this is going back years now. I haven't played them in sort of recent memory, so this is just from my childhood. But very happy to see this one here. I believe this one was only released on the DS in North America. I have a couple of collections of games in this series, but I honestly don't remember if this one is included. It's Metal Slug 7, again on the DS, and this was cartridge only, and sadly as well, there is some kind of damage to the label on it. It's pretty near impossible to tell, but it has a little bit of like sticker residue and a little bit of slight tearing on the top of it there. But again, at least I'm able to add it to my collection at this point. And again, it's a game that I've wanted to play for some time. And for that one there, I paid $13.46 for it. Kind of satisfying to just toss it into the garbage can right now. But yeah, moving on to the last item that I got. This one here is a brand new game that was just released. I had questioned buying this game simply because I didn't know if I would have the money for it. But I had a pretty decent score at a thrift store last week. Last week from my point of view. It might be a couple weeks before this video goes out. But I had a pretty decent score, and I found a bunch of stuff that I already had in my collection, so there was no point in me holding on to it. And I got a decent amount of credit out of it as well. In total, I got $112 worth of credit, and sorry, I was just looking at the receipt. It looked kind of weird. I don't know why I got distracted by that. But I got $112 worth of credit. This game here costs $75. When you're trading in stuff to this store, you don't pay taxes on your purchase. So it's just $75. And the remaining trade credit, I took it in cash. And instead of getting, I think, what would have been $37, in trade credit, I just got $27 in cash, which was still a decent deal considering the price that I had paid for the stuff that I traded in. I pretty much made out like a bandit. The game that I got after that long kind of convoluted story is Star Fox Zero, and it's the initial release of it that comes included, sort of bundled together, is a bonus game called Star Fox Guard. From what I remember hearing, Star Fox Guard is supposed to be like a kind of tower defense game, but I'm not too certain about that. I think instead of you viewing it from sort of above and controlling all aspects of it, you have a more directed view. But again, I haven't had a chance to play it yet, so I don't know how it'll turn out. I've heard mixed reviews for Star Fox Zero. I've heard that the game isn't that long, but I mean, it's Star Fox. I like the gameplay, so I was going to buy it no matter what. I just didn't know if I would have the money to actually be able to buy it right now, but I lucked out with trade credit, and I was able to get this pretty much a couple of days after it was released. And for all of you out there that might still want to buy this game, from this point on, I really think that it will be kind of readily available. All the EB games that I've been to in the last few days still have a bunch of copies of this game. I've gone to a couple of smaller independent stores that also have a decent stock of this game as well. I really think that starting with Twilight Princess, at least with Nintendo-owned properties, that they are going to be shipping more copies of their games, especially collector's editions or bundles or stuff like that. Definitely a lot more, so at least you'll be able to purchase it even later on. Hopefully, though, it does last for a couple of weeks or so before they are gone and they go back to just the single game on its own. But who knows how that's going to turn out? That's going to be something that you're going to have to look out for and sort of gauge whether or not they'll be selling as well. But yep, that's what I got. A couple of DS games to add to the collection and one brand new Wii U game. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all. Just leave it in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.